What is fucking shit? What is going on, you guys? It's your boy, the promiscuous politician here, and we're back with episode 32. Another programming milestone, 2 to the 5th power. I gotta start coming up with milestones for some of these guys. I mean, you know, otherwise it doesn't seem like I make any progress. Yeah, episode 32, we're back. Since the last episode, I really just kind of went to town on this tree farm, finished it up, added another layer to connect to the roof here, added this whole roof, lit everything up, polished off the areas up top here, save this little channel here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I could do maybe some kind of item elevator or something, and I'm not sure what this is going to lead to. I could just close it off, but for now I'm just going to leave it as something blank. But everything else is all good to go. Roof looks pretty good. All the sides look pretty good. The only thing that I might have to add at some point is just the connection with the rest of this. These edges are a little rough, but I think I'll work on that as I work on those other areas whenever that comes up. But for now, I'm gonna kind of seal this one off and call it a day. Of course, the last thing I would have to do is to organize this a little better, because this is also kind of a mess. But yeah, I might section off some areas for some trees and stuff, but to the best of my word that I can give right now, I'm not going to work on this at all this episode. I want to move on to the creeper farm and make some headway on that, or at least try to make some headway on that. So I have been thinking about this a little bit, and I think I'm going to restructure the design, not entirely, but significantly from what it looks like here. I'll try to lay it out with dirt so I can explain what exactly it is that I'm going to be doing, but it's not going to look like this, quite exactly like this. But I'll lay it out in a second. I need to do some math on this area. It seems like it's calculated, but to be honest, this area is not calculated at all. It's kind of random. So with that in mind, I'll have to kind of fit the farm to whatever fits inside of this little area. I don't really want to expand it, but if it makes the math really nice, I might expand it by a few blocks or something. Yeah, and then I don't think I have enough cats yet, so I still need to breed some of those. I have quite a bit. I have about 20, I think. I don't want to count all of them, but I have a good amount. But I don't think I have enough yet for the farm to be totally flushed out. But first things first, I am going to kind of just map out the rough design of the farm with dirt, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. This looks pretty sweet, I'll be honest. I do like it. Looks pretty nice from a distance. You know, I guess with the exception of the transition here, but I don't really care. This in isolation looks pretty good. I may do something crazy too with these like pillars. They look a tad bit out of place, and then I also might totally move that beacon or put 4 beacons in the corners or something like that. I'm not totally sure what to do with that yet, but to get started, I'm going to move this, I'm going to make the configuration here so you can kind of see what the creeper farm is going to look like, and then we'll get on with building it. Alright guys, so I've done some mapping, I've done some math, I've done a lot of resource gathering. So here's basically what I'm thinking. So the dirt blocks will outline the basic spawning platform of 1 layer, and there will be, I'm not sure how many layers there will be. My math accounted for 9 layers, which will be a lot, but I don't know, we'll see how many can fit in this area. So basically the block palette in a very basic sense will be the smooth stone here, 4 double chests. I have a double chest of light gray concrete, a double chest of polished deep slate, and then here's kind of the rest of the stuff I think we'll need for a collection system and for just the rest of the spawning spaces. So basically how I'm expecting this to work So in each of these areas, I'm gonna take this big platform for example, where this torch is, there will be a cat, and then on this platform there's going to be it's going to be 2 blocks tall. There are going to be trapdoors on the ceiling so that only creepers can spawn the height. There's going to be carpets on the floor stopping spiders from spawning. Same as over here, there'll be a cat here. It's kind of like basically half of this, just 2 halves. And then so on each of these platforms, creepers will spawn somewhere on these and then be scared of the cat, and so they'll run off and fall down. And then we'll have some kind of collection mechanism to either funnel them all towards the center so that I can kill them with a looting 3 sword, or alternatively I'll just set it up to where I can just kill them and we'll have hoppers. I think the smartest way for me to do it is to start with the collection system, so kind of start with the bottom, like where I'm going to kill them, and then build the layers from there. I'm not totally sure how I want to do this. I am going to use magma blocks and all these hoppers and stuff I made, but I suppose I'll just see what I come up with here. I'm not totally sure what I want to do yet, but anyway, yeah, I'll see what I come up with. Alright guys, it is starting to take form. I'm not totally sure if I did everything right here, but I think we'll see as we go along. This is my first time building a larger scale creeper farm, so this is a bit of a learning process. But I had to move up these spawning platforms by a few blocks, and I also segmented the farm into 2 different sections. One I think will be a purely passive farm, and that it won't it's not active at all, like I won't use the looting 3 at all. And the other part will be an active, where I can kind of get extra drops by using a sword. But I'm not, depending on how this the magma cubes work with the water and everything, this might end up being the passive one. I think my original intention was the opposite, but again, I'm kind of an idiot, so I don't really know why I screwed that up. Anyway, basically what I've set up so far is just this, again, I'm not sure why I even wired this up if this is going to be the passive one, but regardless, I wired up a dispenser to toggle this water on and off. I have kind of the collection systems in there, and now I just kind of need to build the platforms and move them in. I think eventually I want like these walls to be of glass or something where you can see through, just maybe even a nicer block, even the floor, even if the light doesn't get through too bad. But now I'm just kind of sick of smelting glass, so I'm just gonna use the block palette I have for now. And then yeah, I guess we'll go from there. So I'm gonna start kind of building each layer. I'm gonna probably lay out like the spawning layers first, make sure those are all good to go, and then I'll start building the walls with these other kind of accessory blocks. So here goes nothing. Alright guys, well, against my deeper urges, I'm gonna do a proof of concept, the good old PoC, to make sure that this not people of color, proof of concept, to make sure that this actually works as intended. So the strategy here is the trapdoors stop like skeletons, zombies, and the blocks that are mobs that are exactly 2 blocks high from spawning. So I should limit it to creepers. And then the carpets here every 3rd block, since spiders need a 3x3, should prevent spiders from spawning. We'll see how accurately that rolls out. Again, I don't know if like this is, I mean, I know it's considered a block in terms of like pathfinding, but I'm not sure in terms of spawning whether it's considered a block. Like is the spider still going to spawn here? And I guess we'll see. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these cats in a minecart, I think, because I don't like them. I don't like them just kind of chilling out here. And then from there, that's where I will punch the torches out and just make sure that even just these 3 center modules will work on one layer. Eventually, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Each of these little half modules will also be producing creepers, and then we'll have a bunch going up. Really as many as we can fit maybe in this. Again, 9 might be a little too much. I would think maybe 6 or 7 now looking at this. And then I think on this other side, which might be the purely passive one, it might be a different, I don't know, we'll kind of see what happens with this side as well. I might also try a different design completely and not do this, but at least for these I'm going to do this design because I feel like it. So anyway, alright, I'm going to put these cats in a minecart. Damn it, it's off by 1 block. Alright, I might go fix that too. Anyway, I'll go, I'll figure all this out, and then when I'm ready to start testing, I'll come back. Alright. Alright guys, I think I am ready. So I made a few modifications. So just based off what I saw online, apparently the carpet configuration I had is not ideal. I guess spiders could still spawn. I think they consider this to be a spawnable block. So I need to cut off 3x3 really in a larger area than I thought. Anyway, I also got I got 4 out of the 9 cats here into the minecarts, and I also put a slab on top so that there wouldn't be any chance of a creeper spawning like in the space that the cat's at, because now it's not tall enough for a creeper to spawn even. The trapdoors should keep the minecart in place, and they should scare them off enough to run off the this platform. So anyway, I'm about ready to give it a test. I also moved, so this was 2, the distance was 2 away and the other one was only 1 away, but I fixed that. So I moved the wall back another 1, so now it's equidistant. But it does kind of intrude onto this. So I think I'm actually going to do a totally different design here. I want to try something new that really just doesn't exist over here. I still want to be a creeper because I still want all this to be gunpowder related, because I feel like I'm going to need a lot of it. But anyway, I'm going to try a different design with that. So when I get to that, I'll explain what I'm doing, because I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Anyway, I think I'm ready for the proof of concept. So I'm going to punch out these torches here. And we'll get terrible spawn rates, but it should give us an idea of whether or not this would work at all. The other thing with spawn rates, especially in this area, is I need to neutralize all the other spawnable spaces, like in a huge 180 block radius, like a sphere. Maybe it's diameter, I'm not really sure, but there's basically a lot of caves and things I need to light up before we're going to get any even decent spawns here. I just want to make sure that creepers can spawn. It's not like there's 0 chance of them spawning. So I don't know, I suppose we'll see. Aha, yes. Okay, it at least works on a very, very small scale. So I've seen 6 times more glow squids and bats spawn than creepers, but I did just see a creeper spawn. It's a good sign. I'm gonna sit here. See, it's down there at the bottom. I'm gonna sit here for like another minute or so and just make sure I see 1 or 2 more. But so far, so good, I guess. Son of a bitch. These better not be the real rates once this thing gets up and moving. What? Come on, man. Oh, group of 3 of them. Alright, that's good enough. That's plenty for me. Alright, it works. Now I can start building a shit ton more of them. Alright guys, so a quick update on the creeper farm that I'm working on. So I kind of did a bunch of the tedious work in laying out each of the layers. Here's kind of what it looks like at a cross section. So there are 10 spawning layers with 9 little modules on each one. 6 are like these half modules here, and then 3 on each are these full modules. So there are 30 total of these full ones and 60 total of these smaller half ones, each with the cat. So I'm still breeding a bunch of the cats. I have all the trapdoors on the ground placed. These ones on the ground are all done, placed all the way down. Hopefully I didn't fuck any of those up. But I still have to place all the ones on the roof, so I'm actually going to need a ton more spruce logs, so I'll have to mine a bunch more wood for that. And then I think the next big thing that I'll need is, I think I have enough materials for at least most of the walls, which I have in those chests down there. But I may have to gather some more of those. But first things first, I need to get all these trapdoors done, and then also to place all the carpets, which I actually might do that first, because I think I may have enough carpets to get us all the way through. But yeah, it's coming along pretty well. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, it looks super cool. Hoping it produces enough stuff for us, because I'm really going to use gunpowder for a lot. I'll eventually need them for rockets when the day comes that I get an elytra, but before then, TNT is a really useful thing to have. And I can, Jesus Christ, I'd love to use it to, netherite hunt, automate a lot of the farms. I'm not a huge fan of duping in general. I'm eventually going to use dupers for different things, but I generally don't like duping stuff if there's a way not to do it. So I don't know, the gunpowder for TNT seems like a reasonable thing for me. And I'm still planning on making this another farm, but honestly this is gonna be a beast, so if it really produces enough, I can just kind of forget about that. And another big important thing I'll do to be to actually go through all the caves and light it up a lot, because nothing will kill our spawn rates more than just spawnable spaces all over the place. I know there's a whole ravine here that I need to light up, but anyway, I'm gonna collect a bunch more trapdoors, place a bunch of the carpets, and then start trying to get the cats into place, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I'm out here just collecting some more wood to make some more trapdoors, and I realized we just hit a milestone. Day 2000. I'm not totally sure how many hours that is, and part of me doesn't really want to do the conversion, but I'll probably do the math while I'm editing this video and put it up on the screen to approximate just how long we've been on this world. So I guess it is a milestone episode, so day 2000. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up, and I don't know, hopefully I can get pretty close to finishing the at least putting all the trapdoors down for this episode, and then if nothing else, we'll finish the whole farm next time. But yeah, day 2000. Alright guys, so I just finished gathering a shit ton of wood, making a bunch of trapdoors, got about a double chest full and then some extra. I also needed way more carpets than I thought, so I have some carpets. I haven't got around to placing them. I'm on like halfway through like the 4th or 5th layer, it looks like. But I still have a lot more to go, and then I may want some overage for this area. I am nearing the time for this episode though, so I think what I'm going to do is just going to stop here and kind of explain what I'm going to do with these other areas, because I do have some open area here. I think this area down here at the bottom is going to be filled up by this passive farm. I kind of want to fill in this. I could take this a little lower since it's not going to be an active farm like this one. So I'm going to use up this area with this active farm. But one idea I had for specifically this area down here was one thing I have to do, or I'm going to have to do a lot more, I think, because I'm going to incorporate it into future builds. I want to use more concrete, and I think it'd be a good idea if I had a designated area to not really automate mining concrete, but make it more automatic. So if you don't know, like, you can only craft concrete powder, and then in order to make it into concrete, you have to put it next to water so that it hardens up, and then you have to mine it again. It's what I did for all of this concrete here. So you had to basically put concrete powder next to water, and it'll harden up, and then you have to mine it. There's a way you can kind of speed it up and do it automatically. I might have showed it in like an episode way back, like a long time ago. But I want to make a more organized system for it. It might even have like a self-sorted storage area for all the different colors and things. So I don't know, there's some cool potential for something like that down here. I think it's a good area for it. Kind of fits this industrial concrete type vibe, and we also have this have a nice finite space for it, so I can't make it too big, which I think is probably a good thing. But yeah, anyway, I'm probably going to stop the episode here for today. I am before the next one, I'm probably trying to finish up all these layers. I still have a bunch more cat breeding to do, so I'll have to do that because we will need 90 cats, and I think we only have the first 2 layers. We have 18, and this is not 90 minus 18, or the 62. So I'll need to do a lot more breeding and a lot of moving stuff around and just more work on this. But I will save that for off-camera Bucketz, who has carried these episodes. Yeah, I mean, considering on episode 30, the world tour, we were on day like 1600 or something, and now we're on day 2000. It's only been 2 episodes, just kind of goes to show how much off-camera stuff I've been doing. But it's actually, I've enjoyed doing that stuff off-camera. I like it, and it is pretty tedious, so there's no point in showing too much of it, because it is kind of the same thing over and over again. But anyway, I'm liking how this has come along. I'm gonna keep working on this, and we'll finish up. But that is all for now. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Subscribe to my Patreon to be a certified bucket head. Links in the description. Peace out.